jẹ́ pé ọdún ìlú ajẹ́.
A ti gbin àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ wa nínú àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ yẹn ti ṣe dáadáa. A ti mọ àwọn ọ̀gá wa bẹ̀ wọ́n ti ya fọ́tò sí ọ̀la la máa kórè, ọ̀la la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ abẹ́sì. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn? Káwọn ìjọ ṣe. Èrè ní ẹ̀rọ òwúrọ̀ dídí owó ọ̀dájú. Nígbà tá a máa dé ibi tí oko wà lára ọjọ́ yẹn, omi là ń wò. Gbogbo oko wá ti wà lábẹ́ omi. So àwọn effect greenhouse effect, climate change, and all those stuff. One of the consequences is also desertification and increased use of fertilizers to compensate for poor soil. So, we see that in Sha, kí ni mọ́tà máa wá ṣe ọlọ́run láti ẹja sí láì ẹja lọ lọ́ra jílẹ̀ a máa wá lọ ajílẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yẹn. Tí èèyàn bá dẹ̀ ń lo ajílẹ̀ jù náà kí lẹ́kẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lo bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ kí ló máa padà ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ yìí. Ìyẹn máa padà níṣòro náà torí pé àti kúrò ní orí natural process rẹ̀. Now, a ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí the causes and the consequences of land degradation and soil erosion. Ọ̀nà owó láyé gbà láti minimize land degradation àti soil erosion. Ọ̀nà owó láyé gbà láti minimize land degradation and soil erosion. Audience discussion. Ẹni ló kù lè máa dáhùn sí i. A ti sọ ohun òṣèlú yẹn. Báwo la ti máa wá rìn tí a máa fi minimize the effect rẹ̀? Ṣé ẹ máa fún wọn máa fi jẹ́ kọ́ńtẹ́kì sí máa fi? Ó yà pé ìdílé ìgbà sọ̀rọ̀ máa ní sí ìfẹ́ pé ẹ̀kọ́ ni wọ́n lọ wà ní jẹ́ká àwọn ojú náà dáhùn tó ń bá ti wá dáhùn ọ̀wá dáhùn mọ́ ìfẹ́ ti sí wọn wọ́n ti pé ló máa ń lọ́wọ́ tó bá ti lọ́wọ́ dáhùn náà. Ó yá sáìdì àti ìdówó ìyàwó kan sáìdì. Ọ̀nà ńlá ní ìgbà. Ṣé ìgbà tí mo sọ òṣù wa ni? Question yẹn ò ní wa. Kódà ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí. Kí ni nǹkan tá a ti ẹ̀ ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa látara rẹ̀? Àtọ́kùn àti ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbà land degradation àti soil erosion. A wá sọ wípé a ti define land degradation, a ti mọ nǹkan tí nǹkan tó túmọ̀ sí wípé kí ilẹ̀ tó máa kí agbára ìdè kó máa bá agbára ìdè àbí. Ìbéèrè tí mo máa ń béèrè sí wípé ọ̀nà ọmúlá ní fi káńtà land a ti sọ nǹkan tó fà àti effect nínú àwọn nǹkan tó fà àti sọ climate change wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ and all that is. Ok, ẹ jọ ká tó máa lọ kí làwọn nǹkan tó ń fa land degradation bóyá ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Overgrazing, ẹni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ òkúṣùkọ́ ni a sọ̀rọ̀ erosion, a sọ mining, àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa ní kí làwọn effects ẹ̀ low yield, flooding, silting, desertification. Àwọn ìbéèrè kẹta wá ní wípé kí làwọn method wo la lè gbà tá a lè fi minimize kílẹ̀ wá wà degraded. Crop rotation, afforestation,
shifting
cultivation, control grazing. Ṣé pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kò padà nígbà tí ẹ gbé ní ọjà lẹ́nu ní ayọ̀ contribution jáde. All right, now let's take the points one after the other and expand it on it. Afforestation and deforestation. Afforestation. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sọ fún wa pé deforestation sọ fún wa pé àwọn ọ̀gbìn wà tó jẹ́ pé forest ti wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bóyá wọ́n ti gbé kí wà láyé fún láti dá àwọn ọ̀gbìn padà. A gbọ́dọ̀ gbìyànjú láti ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà mo ní àǹfààní láti wà ní program kan ní last week ní RIT mo discover wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan àlùmọ́nì wa ta nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀ ni a ti ń lọ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ táàmù. Àwọn igi kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé inú òwe Yorùbá ni mo ti máa ń gbọ́ bí wọ́n máa ní tọmọdé bá darí sapá apá àṣé igi kan ló ń jẹ́ apá. Mẹ́wàá bí mo ṣe tó yìí ọmọ pé normally apá ìrìnà máa pápá tó máa tó pápá wà ní bóyá ọ̀yà tó kíyàn hand. Okay, igi tó ń jẹ́ di apá nìyí and so many other beautiful works of nature. Gbogbo àwọn igi yẹn ló dẹ̀ ní ìwúlò kan àbí mi wọ́n fi igi kan hàn wá tó jẹ́ wípé egbò ẹ̀ téèyàn bá gé ìkan ẹ̀ that's àwọn root nodes ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá gé díẹ̀ nílẹ̀ téèyàn bá fi hàn wọ́n rí that's to grow like a brush. There is no mouth infection that you can have that thing cannot get, and so many others. So a lè rọra wa wípé maybe we should have it again. O lè má dùn fún ọ ọdún kan ká gbìyànjú láti gbin igi ẹyọ kan. It's a very good thing though. That thing tí a sọ yẹ pé ká gbin igi ẹyọ kan yẹn ẹ lè má mọ ìwúlẹ̀ pé gbèǹgì ṣe mo fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ tí ń bà ní. But tí ẹ bá mọ àwọn nǹkan tí kí igi wà ní environment máa ń ṣe fún yàn. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, you can do an experiment. If you are stressed out, see bóyá you see that you are stressed, go to somewhere where you will see greenery. Kó tó di pé bóyá wọ́n ti ta ìdajì ilẹ̀ Agodi garden. Tí wọ́n bá wà stressed out, tó bá wà nínú environment yẹn tó jẹ́ pé òun wo igi, ó dẹ̀ ń wo lawn tó green. Atẹ́gùn tí ó máa fẹ́ sí ẹ nígbà tó wà lábẹ́ igi yẹn is of a different quality. Because nǹkan tí wọ́n mí síta onígi nílò èyí tí igi mí síta nìwọ nílò. You discover that your stress level naturally will come down because you are close to somewhere where there is nature. So pípadà sí ọ̀rọ̀ tá a sọ the last time about our farms wípé kìí ṣe gbogbo ibi tó wà ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ka dé o máa ń dá kéèyàn fi àwọn especially àwọn ibi kan wà tó jẹ́ wípé ó ti ń go into a station. Mélòó ló wa ló dá igi àràbà mọ̀? Mélòó ló wa ló mọ igi ìrókò? Now tẹ bá wá wo mahogany yàtọ̀ sí àwọn igi tí mo sọ ń sìn kò kí ń ṣe àwọn tíìkì o, àwọn igi kan wà tó jẹ́ pé exotic ni wọ́n mú wọn wá láti ìlú bòmí ni àwọn tó wà tó jẹ́ pé ibi ni igi abínibí wa ni they are always very good. Fún àpẹẹrẹ mo béèrè question kan lọ́wọ́ ẹnìkan last week àwọn tímbà agbégilódò yẹn ọjọ́ òun lẹ ti rí tó jẹ́ wípé igi ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo ló wà ní orí ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé igi ṣọ̀n pé láyé àtijọ́ a máa rí agbégilódò ẹyọ kan tó jẹ́ pé igi ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo ló máa tó jẹ́ pé circumference igi yẹn bí sandboard báyìí ló ṣe máa rí ọjọ́ òun lẹ ti rí kan yìí. Àwọn tó wá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní recently tẹ bá lọ sí Sọ̀pákó tẹ bá mílì ẹ̀rí wípé kẹ́ tó mẹ́yọ kan tẹ́ni sọ pé ẹ̀bá mílì sí ẹ ti mú mẹ́rin pé ìgèlé yóò. Mo rántí ìgbà táwọn bàbá wa kan fẹ́ kọ́lé lọ́dún yẹn lọ àwọn kápẹ́ntà wọn béèrè fún epo pupa àti ẹ̀wò pé epo jẹ́ fẹ́ níta ní kílẹ̀ fẹ́ tó ṣe wọ́n á kọ́kọ́ ti ṣó wọn bọnú epo kan tó gbé sára jí ó tó lè ráyè wọlé níbi tí àwọn igi yẹn gbódé. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Ní tó dẹ̀ fà ní pé ká ní bí wọ́n ṣe ń gé àwọn igi yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n gbé padà ní sáàpù yẹn máa kọ̀ntínú bọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mọ́ ìwúlò ẹ̀. Ká kúrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ afforestation àti reforestation. Reforestation mo ti sọ wípé gbígbìn padà, afforestation èyí tí ò sí ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ká fi síbẹ̀. Planting trees increase canopy cover. It reduces wind speed and stabilizes soil with its roots. Tí ìjì bá ń bọ̀ tó bá pàdé igi eré tó ń bá bọ̀ yẹn àwọn branch igi yẹn máa reduce it. So that is that. Now that is one, that's for afforestation and reforestation. The second point I have here is cover cropping. Can somebody explain cover cropping? Not so, but ká tó ń yànnà náà ẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe láti fi counter land degradation láti sọ cover crop. What is an appropriate cover crop? Cowpea. Somebody mentioned cowpea. Granite. Melon. Beans. What do all those things that you are mentioning, what do they have in common? They belong to somewhere. They are legumes. And most of them, when you see their leaves, how many are their leaves? They come in trifoliates. Every woman get better to papọ̀. Ẹni pé ó yẹ ká gbé fún bàbá yẹn gan. Bàbá tó dá wa yẹn tẹ́ mọ̀ fún bàbá yẹn. Ẹ máa wọ́n dà wípé báwo ló ṣe design yẹn tó jẹ́ wípé tó bá lọ sọ́dọ̀ mùkúnà ewé mẹ́ta lónìí. Tó bá lọ sọ́dọ̀ beans ewé mẹ́ta lónìí. Tó bá lọ sọ́dọ̀ groundnut náà ní ewé mẹ́ta. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wá kó ogun wọn papọ̀. Wọ́n tún lágbolé kan wọ́n ti jáde. Wọ́n nílẹ̀ bímù ni wọ́n. Wọ́n tún níṣẹ́ wọn ṣe wọ́n ní gbogbo ọ̀nà jọ fix nitrogen. A dẹ̀ ní ẹgbẹ̀rún nínú family legumes nìkan tá a bá ní kàkà. Mo sọ wípé a máa lose count at a point in time. Ṣẹ́rí pé ó yẹ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run lọ. Tí ìṣòro tí àwa ò mọ̀ báwa fẹ́ create, Ọlọ́run ti fi solution lẹ̀ fún wa gan láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ṣó mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run àbẹ́sábọ́lọ́run ṣe mítìn pé bá ṣe ń lọ ilé ayé abẹ́ lọ degrade yẹn ni àbá ṣe mítìn kankan. Ṣùgbọ́n wò pé tẹ bá fẹ́ degrade yẹn, mo ti fi àwọn checkmates kan sílẹ̀ tó máa jẹ́ kó padà. So planting of legumes, it helps. And like I said, you may decide to be the one you will harvest, and you will not harvest it, you might plow it back. It will always be beneficial to the soil. And it also, cover cropping protects the soil from raindrop impact and adds organic matter. Ṣó mọ̀ pé báwo ni mo ṣe lè explain eléyìí? Ká sọ wípé ẹnìkan bu omi, ó wá da omi yẹn yàá. Soil yẹn ní point ibi tí omi ti balẹ̀ yẹn, ṣe àwọn pé soil yẹn máa wà disturb. Ètò wà lókè ó possible kó move away, kó jẹ́ pé ètò wà nísàlẹ̀ ni ó máa hàn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni tí òjò bá heavy ó lè cause erosion, ó lè cause soil degradation, because it will shift, it will have an impact on the soil. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Nígbà míì tí wind tí ìjì bá ń jà náà, ṣe àwọn pé ìjì lè move, àmì ilẹ̀ wa soil wa wà loose. Tornado yẹn wá ń bọ̀, kí ló máa ṣe láwọn ju ibi tó ti rìn yẹn, ó máa move ẹ̀. So that's that. Another thing we can do to another point in that place is mulching. What is mulching? As I mentioned three things, so afforestation and reforestation, cover cropping. We are not talking about mulching. Those are basic agronomic terms. So you can mulching.
Leather or something back, cover of the soil, and also the use of weeds to cover some flat areas so there's no erosion or total evaporation of water.
Okay, thank you. Mulching is the application of plant residues of grasses on soil surface, and what is the purpose? To reduce evaporation, to suppress weeds, to protect the soil from erosion. Tí ẹ bá rántí pé a lo example iṣu, téèyàn bá fẹ́ gbin iṣu, tí ẹ̀mọ̀ká máa ń gbìn níbi dry season yẹn. Fún heat dry season láti má parí iṣu yẹn, wọ́n máa ń pè ní pé wọ́n lay down, wọ́n á mú àwọn grasses, wọ́n á kó sórí ẹ̀, wọ́n á wá fi wọ̀pẹ̀, wọ́n á fi lé lórí kó lè protect it. That is mulching. Some other people use nylon to do their own mulching. Wọ́n bá fẹ́ suppress weed. Irú àwọn tó ń gbin vegetables, wọ́n á lo nylon yẹn sí orí bed wọn tí wọ́n ti make. Ojú ibi tí wọ́n fẹ́ kíkiri yẹn wà, wọ́n á kàn ní ojú ibẹ̀ yẹn nìkan. Ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa fi seed wọn sí. Ibẹ̀ ni omi ti máa pàdé seed wọn. And eventually, kìíní yẹn á gbéra láti point yìí. Ó máa reduce the drudgery and fọkọ́ and bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹrùkú. So that is that. Then another thing is grass strips. or buffer zones, planting strips of vetiver grass or elephant grass across slopes to slow down runoff. Strip, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún yín. Ká gbà pé ilẹ̀ wa dami, ilẹ̀ wa báyìí ó dami, ó wà on the slope. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbin nǹkan síbẹ̀. Ṣé àwọn pé nǹkan tó wà on the slope tí omi bá ń bọ̀ látòkè, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? A máa wọ ọ̀pọ̀ sísàlẹ̀. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ lo ibi tó slope yẹn. So nǹkan tá a lè ṣe ni pé a lè dá ká gbin grass sí. Ṣé àwọn pé ó ń dagun bọ̀ báyìí? Ká wá dá ká gbin grass sí. So nǹkan tó ń bọ̀, grass yẹn ló máa stop ẹ̀ ní point yìí. Kò ní jẹ́ púpọ̀ máa bọ̀ ní ìsàlẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ get sense of what you sọ? Some other mechanical or structural control methods. These are engineered physical structures used especially in sloping areas. Ṣé rántí pa sọ̀rọ̀ terracing, contour plowing and contour bonding. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ pé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà ilẹ̀ lè máa jẹ́ ó lè máa flat pẹ̀ẹ́sẹ̀. So àwọn ọgbọ́n kan wà tí a máa ń dá sí. Ó ní terracing àti contour. Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ṣé rántí pé mo lo step yìí láti fi ṣe àpèjúwe kan lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Creating step-like structures on hillsides. Tàbá ní hillsides, a ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́sẹ̀ tó yẹ pé a lè lo flat, kò ní jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹ̀yìn ìyẹn náà pè ní terracing. Ó máa ń reduce the slope length and runoff velocity. Tómi bá ń bọ̀ gan, torí pé a ti dá ní gẹ̀rẹ̀ díẹ̀ yẹn, kò ní jẹ́ kí ó dami straight. Ó máa reduce the speed of water. A sọ̀rọ̀ contour plowing and contour bonding. So nígbà míì wà tó yẹ pé tẹ́ bá wo bí ilẹ̀ ṣe bó ṣe rí, instead kẹ́ ẹ kọ́ ilé ẹ̀ kó lọ báyìí, ẹ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹ lè decide láti kọ́ ní sọ̀rọ̀ mi yìí. Ká gbà pé ilẹ̀ wa nìyí bó ṣe lọ yìí. Ilẹ̀ yẹn wá dá mi, ó wá ibi ìwásókè díẹ̀, ó dá mi díẹ̀. Tí mo bá bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí, tí mo jẹ́ tó rẹ̀ ní lọ báyìí, tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín pípé àgbàrá máa wá gbẹ́ kòtò, ó máa wọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n mo lè decide pé ṣẹ̀ kí n bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ báyìí, màá máa bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí. So that àgbàrá yẹn bá ń bọ̀, effect different bed yẹn ó máa stop bẹ̀, kò ní jẹ́ kí effect yẹn wà as much as ṣe àlàyé mi yẹ ní ṣe rọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà wà tó yẹ pé if we give you a question and you don't know the exact words, ṣe wọ́n pé sometimes èyìnbó wà complicated. Mo lè máa mọ èyìnbó tí mo máa fi ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí wọ́n béèrè yẹn. Báwo lèèyàn ṣe lè dáhùn lórí ìbéèrè yẹn? Èèyàn lè ya àwòrán, o lè ya diagram pé ká rí pé ilẹ̀ yẹn ṣe rí ní tàbá ṣe báyìí, a rí bí sọ. Nígbà tó bá ń ṣàlàyé tó máàkì yẹn àwò pé o mọ nǹkan tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pa. Tẹ bá ṣàkíyèsí lecture wa, à ń sọ léyìnbó, à ń sọ ní Yorùbá torí pé
you know what? Some of the things that are holding us back is your kit. The kit is yet to be arrived. So, the people that will bring them are yet to communicate us to let us know when it's coming. But surely it will come. And by and large, we will not keep us waiting and be waiting. The little that we can do on the field, we will go there to do it, pending the arrival of those kids. Because 1 month is gone already. And we have 3 months both in class and on the field, after which internship will commence in January. So, to this end, I will still take some of your time this morning. I haven't lectured you before, isn't it? But we've been interacting, and I'm sure we all enjoyed our interaction. Good. Like I used to say, when you are in Rome, you have to behave like Romans. When you are in class like this, you cooperate with one another. For the incidents that happened on Wednesday, we do not pray for such. But we have to be our brother's keeper. If some people have not rescued him that day, it may go beyond that. I know the number of hours I spent in the hospital, and I know the amount that I've gone for it. Please, warning. Please, warning. If you know that you have to administer your drug, don't fail to do it before coming. Am I understood? If you are on drug, please take your drug at the appropriate time before coming. That is one. Number two, if you know that you have to take your meal, if you know that you have to take your meal, please don't say, I don't have money. Don't say, there's no food for me to eat. Take your food as if you are taking your medicine. And take your medicine as if you are taking your food. I know why I'm saying this. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ara burú o. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ara burú o. Nobody pray for loss of life. But the owner of life can request for it at any time. You are not the owner of life. I'm not the owner of life. You are just a custodian. So if the owner asks for it today, you cannot say, please postpone it for tomorrow. No. But that which you ought to do, so that you'll be able to manage the situation pending the time when the owner will request for it, do that. If you are on drug, take your drugs at the appropriate time. And if you are supposed to take your meal, please don't say, until when I come. As you are looking at me like this, I do go on fasting. But when I don't go on fasting, I don't joke with food. I don't joke with food. And that is where you derive your strength. So, we are going to go to the class again to see some of the areas we've been taught. Dr. Mao, are you here for any information? Okay. Please, once again, don't take it with levity. Your text, your quiz, your interaction, because you will be graded. If I call you and I'm discussing with you, I'm just interacting with you, know very well that I'm taking some points from you. I want to know how much have you acquired since you are here, and it's going to be documented, not me alone. You will see various people, external people will still come, pick up on you, just be chatting with you, as if we are playing. Mind you, is trying to psych you to know how much you have gained from the lecture that you received. I'm very sure none of you will fail. I'm sure of that, because you are, I can see the level of seriousness in you. Just only encourage others. Yes, today, I'm going into my class now. Some people have been taught on nursery and planting practices, isn't it? Nursery and planting practices. I want to digress a bit into horticultural crops. You are expected to be trained on cereals, but like I said, you don't know where you find yourself tomorrow. So I may digress a bit. You are taught on seed dressing, isn't it? The first thing you do, most of our farmers bring in their seed dirty, unclean, with a lot of shouts. The first thing you do is to clean up your seeds. Clean up your seeds. What are the methods, the local methods that you use in cleaning up your seeds? Hans, how do you clean up your seeds? Yes. That's for some seeds. If you want to clean up, I'm coming. If you want to clean up some, like ugu seed now, that is wet, you can use some river sand to wash it so that the gelatin or the slimming layer can be cleaned off. That's one. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So after removing the fleshy part, not drain the water away, you sun dry it or dry it. Now,
please let me correct you. It's good. Most of our seeds don't require sun drying. You shade dry because they are living materials. If you put them in the sun, you will be yes. Cleaning of seeds. How do you clean seeds? That's one. That's one. Yes, sir? No, not you. Let another person talk. Yes. There are various ways by which you clean your seeds. Huh? Sorry, assuming we are talking of maize now. Let's talk of maize. When you shell your maize, how do you clean up? Assuming you use machine to shell, how do you clean up your seed? If you want to talk to me, you identify yourself. Don't talk to me as a crowd. How do you clean up your seed, assuming it is maize seed that you shell through machine? Huh? Okay, Alaja.
Winnowing.
One, that's excellent. That's the word I want to hear. True winnowing. How do you winnow? How do you winnow? Those of us in Agri, how do you winnow? Huh? How many of you have been to the north before? Have you been to Kano? Have you been to Zaria? How many of us? Eh? And you see where they share rice and they blow off the shaft. Huh? Have you seen them? That is how to winnow. When you blow and you allow wind to separate the chaff from the seed, that is winnowing. Huh? Using wind to separate seeds from chaff is called winnowing. Winnow. Separation of from chaff by wind or by air is called winnowing. Yes, how do you clean up your seed? More. Huh? Polishing? How do you polish? No. I may be learning too, but I don't see how you polish. Yes.
You can use sorting method.
Huh?
Sorting method.
How do you sort?
You remove the damaged one from the good.
God bless you. Excellent. If you use machine to maybe extract your seed, there will surely be seed cracks. Some will have broken. So sorting, picking out the broken ones, is a method of seed cleaning. Sieving. When you sieve, those smaller ones, you use different mesh size. When you use different mesh size, you can sort your seed into different sizes. Using bigger mesh, the bigger ones will drop. When you use smaller mesh that are very close, then the small ones will drop. So these are ways. Yes, sir.
Water separation. That is
okay. Soaking.
Yes, the valuable one will sink and go beneath, and the ones that will float, and you use you pack all those.
Can you give me an example?
Pepper, garlic, eggs, tomato. No,
not maize.
No.
You don't soak maize.
They will grow.
You can. Okay. Okra. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, apology for saying what I want to say. You don't soak pepper seed in water because all light, float. The one that will say tomato or not, all light, float.
I agree with you. There are some seeds, even though they are viable, they will what? They will float. But excuse me. Yes. That's the way we were taught. Good. They are right. And you know why they are right? Quality seeds. Quality seeds, we think. But some floating seeds will germinate. Do you see the difference now? Quality seeds, we sink. But there are some that are still viable that will float. Go and try it with okra. When you soak okra, the quality ones will sink. But those that float, just take them out. Go and plant them. You will see that from that you remove, you can still have up to 20% germination. That does not mean that 100% floated seeds are not viable. They are not. If I take you into seed, we will not leave there for this lecture. Because when you are talking of seed filling, if you plant your crop on the field, especially let me use vegetables now. those fruits that comes first, that comes fresh from the plant, they are always heavier, bigger, and better. But the more it grows up, especially at the peak, the seed filling is always very poor. That does not mean that those seeds will not viable. But when you put them on water, they will float. So when you talk of seed quality, it's a course on its own. Don't let us go into that this morning. We talk of seed cleaning, seed sorting. Yes, we've talked about winnowing. We all know what winnowing is now. Yes. Sorry, the person that taught you last week, did he mention all this? No. Good. Just take it as an addition. If you want to know that your seed is viable, I know he taught you about chemical testing. Huh? What type of chemical do you use to determine whether your seed is viable or not? Sorry. How many of you are university graduates here that did agree? Raise up your hands. Yes. One house, please. I know many graduates are here. I know many university graduates are here. And you have passed through some class of seed testing. Huh? And I said, what chemical do you use? How many of you use? Huh? I said, if you want to talk to me, you let me know you. I want to know you. How do you use tetrasodium? How do you use it? What do you do to the seed before applying chemical? What? Good. That's what I want to hear. You have to break the seed. And what color will it give you if your seed is viable? Great. If your seed is viable, when you use tetrasodium, the seed will turn red. For those of you that do not undergo that course, please note that today. Tetrasodium is just to let you know whether your seed is viable or not. Your seed may look good in the face. It may be heavy. Even if you pour it in water, it will sink. And yet, they are not viable. But the moment you cut it, any part, just expose the cotyledon, and you add tetrasodium. If the seed is viable, it will turn red immediately. If it doesn't turn red, those seeds are not what? They are not viable. Can we move to another aspect now? I've talked about seed dressing. This is supposed to be done on the field. Measurement and marking the spacing for individual crop in nursery and on field. One major thing that professionals do that make us to be different from our fathers on the field is precision planting. What do I call it? Precision planting. You plant at appropriate space. You plant at appropriate time. You plant at appropriate period of the year. That is what we call precision planting. In crop planting, spacing in the nursery. Spacing in the nursery is quite different from that of the field. How many of you have worked in a greenhouse before? If you have worked in a greenhouse to plant some crops, none of you? Eh? I think it will be better for you to seek where they have greenhouse to go and do your internship. Not all of you, but at least some of you. In the nursery, the spacing would depend on the type of seed that you are planting. Do you know cucumber go through nursery? Yeah? The spacing that you use for cucumber in the nursery, you cannot use that for pepper or tomato. The type of tray you use for tomato and pepper, you don't use it for cucumber. What do you use for cucumber in the nursery? What do you use for cucumber in the nursery? Those of you that have planted cucumber in the nursery, I thought I'm talking to experienced people. Eh? You use seed tray for cucumber.
For the citrus, the other one, I think should be around
Okay. I will advise that if you want to take your cucumber through nursery, use small polypods. Huh? Small polypods. It has its own advantage. Because you only need to lacerate the nylon and put it without disturbing the root. Am I understood now? Let me tell you, you could venture into cucumber planting and be making millions. Yes. Yes. It's not a gainsaying, it's not a joke. Let me tell you this. I was opportune to be trained in Israel for just 1 month. I was opportune to be trained in Israel for just 1 month. And that was 2009. Again, I was opportune to be trained at Mesube Farm in Niger State on intensive vegetable production for just 2 weeks. And there we were trained by Israeli. Do you know the funny part of it? The Israeli that taught me in Mesube Farm, when I was in Israel, I met him. And the man took me around for 2 solid days. And the experience will never be forgotten. Now, let me come back to the issue of using pots to plant cucumber. There's nothing bad in planting cucumber directly. Even if you are in greenhouse, let me say this again. The type of seeds you plant in greenhouse, especially for cucumber, is quite different from what you plant in the open field. Good. When you are in greenhouse, you have to do everything to maximize your profit. So you go for purely hybrid seeds for greenhouse. But for open field, you can plant both hybrid and open pollinated. I hope I'm not talking above your level. We know what is hybrid, do we? If you don't know what is hybrid, please let me see your hand up. Let me explain. Good. I'm sorry if I have gone beyond your level. When you talk of hybrid, these are seeds or planting materials that have been worked on in the laboratory or in a closed environment. Hybrid could be through open pollinated, or when you talk of pure hybrid. Some people would say that when you talk of hybrid and GMO, then what is the difference? We are not going to that today. Hybrid, they are the seeds that are developed that you cannot replant the seed. That is to a layman. Hybrid are the seeds you buy and you plant, and from the fruit you cannot go and extract the seed and replant. Am I understood? Let me come again. Hybrid seeds are seeds that you buy and you plant. When the fruits are ready, you cannot extract the seed and replant. I'll come there later. Let them catch it. Am I understood now? So you know the difference between hybrid and open pollinated now. Good. Open pollinated are those seeds that you plant and you harvest the fruit and process the seed, and you can replant the seed. Am I understood? Open pollinated are seeds that you plant. When you harvest the fruit, you can process it, extract the seed, and replant the seed. You can write it in your own language. Ohun tí mò ń sọ, tí mò ń wí, ni wípé àwọn èso, ìbá jẹ́ àgbàdo, ìbá jẹ́ ọsàn, or what have you, tó jẹ́ wípé tẹ́ ẹ bá ti gbìn, tẹ́ ẹ gbìn èso ẹ lọ rà, ẹ wá gbìn. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tẹ́ ẹ gbìn, tẹ́ ẹ ká èso tẹ́ ẹ gbìn, àwọn kóró tó wà nú ẹ̀ kò ṣeé gbìn. Bí ó bá dẹ̀ ṣeé gbìn, ẹ lè rí irú nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ká lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ẹ lè rí ká o. Ìyẹn là ń pè ní hybrid. Ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé ẹ gbìn èso ẹ̀ báyìí, ó wù yín, ẹ ká èso ẹ̀, ẹ yọ kóró inú ẹ̀, ẹ ṣe dáadáa, ẹ tún lọ tún gbìn. Ó tún fún yín ní irú nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ gbìn lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, irú nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ ká lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Ìyẹn ni open pollinated, tiwantiwa. Kí ni mo pè é? Tiwantiwa. Now, somebody said, why? Why can you not replant that hybrid seeds? A real hybrid, that is why I said they must have taken it through laboratory. They have detonated the gene. They have worked on the gene. For example, mo rí pé tomato yẹn ó tóbi, ó wù mí gan, ọmọ àgbàdo yẹn ó rí pọ̀pùà, àbí kóró cowpea, ẹ̀wà, ó wù mí, ó fáìn lójú. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí màá rà, wọ́n ti sọ fún mi pé eléyìí o hybrid ni. Torí pé wọ́n ti ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí ní lab. Ṣé ẹni tí ẹ bá
tẹ́ẹ̀dì lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ níbi tẹ́ẹ̀dì rà yóò so pọ̀pà yóò so gègbèlè ju eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé ó mú pollinated lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ bá yọ kúrò ẹ̀ pé ní ìgbòho yìí ó wù mí ó so dáadáa ẹ wá yọ kúrò ẹ̀ ẹ wá lọ tún gbè kẹrin nǹkan tí ó gbé jáde fún yín ó lè rí bí ó lè má tó 10% of what you harvested. Torí pé nǹkan tí wọ́n lò láti fi ṣe ó lè jẹ́ àwọn wíníwíní yẹn náà rò tán gbé mí ìlé lórí tán ti ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí nílà tó fi lè so gbàǹgbàǹgbù. Ṣùgbọ́n torí pé ẹ ti yọ àǹfààní yẹn kúrò gbàtẹ́ ti kọ́kọ́ gbìn tẹ́ ẹ bá wá lọ gbìn èso ẹ̀ nǹkan tí ó fún yín ó lè jẹ́ ti àwọn bàbá ńlá bàbá ẹ̀ tí ò ju wíníwíní lọ. Ẹ wá wò pé kò ń ṣe kan tí mo gbè lélẹ̀ yìí that is how I can explain hybrid and that is the way it is made so that ẹ ní lè padà.
Ẹ bá mi fún wọn ní mic. Wọ́n ní ṣé gbogbo hybrid téèyàn bá rà ló máa hù. That depends on the viability of that seed. Tẹ́ ẹ bá rà á nígbà tó ti expire, tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ gbìn ó lè má hù rárá o. Ṣùgbọ́n if it is fresh and they tell you date of expiration is so tí ò tí ì dé period yẹn tẹ́ ẹ bá rà á ẹ lè rí nothing less than 98% germination. Ṣóyè yín good. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ wípé jù lé o lè mọ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn seed míì? When we talk of seed, it's a it's a delicate something. If you buy seed today and you see the expiry date, if you keep it where there is heat, if you keep that seed where there is heat, for the expiration date there, for to expire how long? If you are to put it in a very cool, dry place or store in the fridge, you can store seed in freezer. Yes, you can store seed in freezer. But there are some seeds in IT that have lasted for 50 years and they take it and plant and contain because it's under cold conditions. So the same thing. But the moment you expose that seed, bring it out, and you allow heat to penetrate, it deteriorates very fast. Àwọn tá à ń fi àgbàdo tẹ́ ẹ bá ra àgbàdo tẹ́ ẹ gbé ìjókòó ẹ wá lọ pé síbi kan pé bóyá wọ́n á ṣe é ní lẹ́sìá tí ìgbà tí mo kékeré àgbàdo náà fresh lójú àjọ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe é mọ̀ pé kò ní kú àfikẹ́ bá lo tetransodium torí yóò wù kò sí kan tó máa yàtọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gbé kò ní wù torí pé o ti pẹ́ kò dẹ̀ sí kan kò ní yàtọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ ìṣe òṣìṣẹ́ èyí tí mo fi lo wọ́tún lọ but it will not be viable. Yes, sorry, making my mind sorry. Yes.
Cocoa orange is a hybrid
No, but
can I say cocoa orange? I don't look for it. Also cocoa.
cocoa.
Also one kind orange like this, like sweet.
Paloma.
Can I say it's a hybrid?
Oh, you want to take me to another lecture?
You want to take me to another lecture? They are not hybrid. They are improved breed. You know what we do here? We carry out what we call budding in citrus. It's a long process. I won't be able to continue to explain, but you went to
You went for orientation at the Citrus. Did they tell you about body? Huh? Oh, big lady. That is the correct word. One big lady. Huh? They will take from what you desire, what you want. Eh? Do I want tangerine? Do I want tangelo? Do I want grape? Do I want shaddock? Do I want pomelo? Do I want sweet orange? Do I want agege 1, agege 2? Or so many. Now we now have less than 20 different types of oranges. So it depends on what you want. But there are some that are good for rootstock. What do we mean by rootstock? Èyí tó jẹ́ pé tá a bá gbìn sínú rẹ̀ tí àìsàn àbí tí ò ní ní ìdààmú kankan ní kíákíá tó dẹ̀ máa tètè dàgbà tó dẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé bí àfòmọ́ni gbogbo igi ní máa ń ṣe kéde ní máa ń bá tán la máa ń lò as rootstock. Ìyẹn seed ẹ̀ lẹ́gbìn and it will last for about a year, minimum of 6 months if you actually work on it very well. So, the one that you desire, the one that you want from far distance, I'm coming. So, you remove that you want. Through a process, you go and attach it to the rootstock that is on ground. And when you attach it, you tie it up. The process is a long process, but that is how that one is formed. I was told it's time for your break, Abi. You are gone for one break. When you say, excuse me, John. Excuse me. Because there was no light. You went on break. I just jotted some things here. Me do 1/4 of it. Are you sorry? Let me ask. Are you enjoying my lecture? Okay. Don't worry. How many minutes is your break? 30 minutes. From 11 to 11:30. Okay. Shall we stop now? Yes. Thank you. Before the break, we were talking about mayor and mark spacing for individual problems. And we talked about the spacing in the nursery. Most of series do not go through nursery. Do we know that? Most of our series do not go through nursery. But some do plant rice through nursery. But like I said, I will be digressing to vegetable to let you know some of those things that we do in the nursery. Nursery and nursery practices. Nursery and nursery practices. Let's look into that. Nursery and nursery practices.
There are different types of nurseries depending on where you find yourself, what is available to you. Nursery and nursery practices. And I said there are different types of nurseries depending on what is available to you or the environment that you find yourselves. When we were young, we believed that nursery is usually established close to river banks. That was our thought. In the farm, they say, oh, let's go and establish nursery close to the stream so that we have access to regular water. This is an indication that nursery require water, a lot of water. One of the primary things considered in some of us have established one nursery or the other. What are the type of nursery? Just explain in your own language and describe the nurseries that you have seen or you have established on your own. Let's use the acronym DIY. Do it yourself. Yes, how many of us have established one nursery or the other before? And what did you plant in that nursery? Nursery? How many of us have established nursery? How many of us have established nursery? I'm expecting about not less than 20 hands up. I could only see about 5. Yes, I could see about 5 that have established a nursery. That means you are not practicing farmer. Huh? I believe after this training. So, those of us that have established one nursery or the other, can we have your experience? Please give him mic. The type of nursery and what are the materials that you use for the nursery. Please listen to him. Like I said, nursery establishment depends on what you want to plant, where you want to plant them, what is available to you will determine your nursery. Yes, go ahead. Use your mic. What do you plant in the nursery? Okay, sprouted nuts. Okay. Now, what do you use? What do you use? Poly bags. Okay. Maybe we go into business. How do you say your palm seedling? What quantity do you even have now? 5,000. 5,000. We'll see after the class. Don't worry. Don't worry. We are in the business together. No qualms. Yes, another person, nursery. Yes, Adeoye. They have upped it.
Melania fruit.
Okay.
And chick. Yes.
Okay.
I knocked them inside
Polypots.
polypots.
Okay. Anybody that's established nursery for vegetables?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's hear from your word of experience. Please listen.
I have pepper,
Okay.
rodo especially.
Okay.
Then I have tomato formula A1.
Open field or
No.
greenhouse?
Sorry, open field, but I have share over it.
Okay.
So, first thing first, I got my topsoil.
Okay.
I prepared the topsoil by myself. After that, I get my bulletin. Then, I first do this thing called germination test. In fact, one of the senior seed tech in this institute helped me with the germination test, which is the seed viability. So after that, once I discovered I'm good to go, then I started planting.
Where do you plant?
Inside my polythene.
Okay, inside the polythene.
Yes.
Okay.
Then after that, I keep on waiting for couple of 3-4 days. Then it started sprouting out. Then I make sure it's well covered, not that exposed to direct sunlight. After which is available, when it's ready for transplanting, I started selling it out.
You are selling the seedlings?
Yes, I do sell it.
Okay. I think I'm okay. Any other experience? Not you. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, I planted tomato and pepper.
Okay.
But not inside the polythene. We did it open space.
Okay.
And it's near the stream.
Okay.
So we cover it with palm
Fronts.
Then after the sprinkle out of the something,
Yes.
we now remove
The cover.
the cover, but we will put the stick
Okay.
at the edge of the.
Then you prepare a
We will
shed.
now prepare the set so that we will just somehow add so that we will not be waiting in the sea.
You know about hardening up. We are not yet there. Okay.
I use the other one I did was use of seed tray. Initially, I used cocoa pod. At the initial, I soak pod in water.
Okay.
After I now drink the seed pod from the water, I fill the seed tray with the cocoa pod. Yes, sir. So I now plant cardiac seed in each of the tray. You want having 128 the pot. So I now plant each seed on each tray. So I now use polythene bag to cover them. After about 4 days, I remove the polythene bag. They have started sprouting. So I remove it and I pick a place where there will be a lighter sunlight for them to acclimatize with soil. Thank you.
I have been working on something, and till now I've not get it right.
Okay.
Which is, I want to know, sir, please, what type of chemical can we really use to break the dormancy of tick?
Tick.
Yes, sir.
I've
tried.
That was what I used in 1990.
Okay, sir, share with us.
Let me just answer him straightforward before we go ahead. If you want to break dormancy in tick, tick has a very hard and big coat. What you do, if you have money, go and buy concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid, or go and buy sulfuric acid where they sell not those selling the agrochemicals, laboratory chemicals. Those that are selling laboratory chemicals, you go to them, you'll be able to get sulfuric acid. I don't know how much now, but then it was as cheap as anything. So we bought, I think 2 of us bought 4 liters. I use different methods of breakage dormancy. I use different methods, but the fastest one is the one I'm telling you, especially for tick. Even melina, if you use sulfuric acid, what you do is...
Sorry, sir. Melina do sometimes it grows by itself.
Yes, of course.
But tick.
I know. What you do is you soak that seed inside. You have to be very, very careful because sulfuric acid is highly corrosive. If it touches your skin, it will continue to bite you. So you must wear gloves. You must prepare yourself that it doesn't split in anything. If it touches your cloth now, it burns it immediately. So what you do is you pour it in a container. You pour that acid in a container and pour the seed and stir it. Immediately you see it coming out. You just stir it after some minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. You decorticate. You pour it in a large volume of water. Stir it. Don't use your hand. So you pour that water away. You pour another water. By the time you take the water twice, go and soak. Within 5 days, your tick will come out. Yeah. I told you that was what I used for my first degree. Yes.
So first thing first, the acid.
Yes, by the.
Then
yes.
after that, is it? Do we soak the seed itself? Do we have to soak it first?
You don't need to pour it in the acid.
We just pour it directly in the acid. You know how I do it is I do soak the seed itself inside river, floating river. I leave it there for a couple of days.
Even ordinary stagnant water, if you pour it there and you soak it overnight, the second day change the water, pour that water away, you soak. By the time you do that about 3 or 4 times, it will imbibe water and it contaminate, but not as fast as when you use concentrated sulfuric acid.
Sorry, yes. Oh, and you don't know.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Before we go for break, that the best, I forgot the name of the chemical to know the qualities of this. You said we break the seed before we can pour the chemical. But what I want to ask is that once you break one seed, that seed will be useless.
Sure now.
So how do you know whether the other will good?
I break everything.
You see that?
Okay.
You break everything.
Excuse me. If you just have 100 seeds, out of your 100 seeds, take only 5 out. Only 5 out. And whatever test you carry out on that 5 represent the whole lot. So if out of 5 you see 3 of them turn red, 2 do not turn red, that you use that to calculate the germination percentage. Okay.
Talking about the tick and the melena.
Yes.
Because currently I think I have the industry that I'm raising tick and melena.
Okay.
If you want to do that, you don't need to use any acid.
Okay.
The thing that you use is you just remove the tick from the oats. You dig a soil, you bury them for almost 6 or 7 days. You cover it for 6 or 7 days. After 7 days, just go there.
For the coat to rust.
For the coat to rust. You'll be seeing that.
Is it at a open land or?
Yes, open land.
You just dig and open land. Not beside the river. Not beside the river.
Sorry, you are not sowing it. You only want to break the dormancy. So you dig a pit and pour it there and seal it up.
After 6 to 7 days, you now remove it. You see that the thing has started germinating. You now put them in your polythene nylon. Everything will germinate. Everything germinate naturally.
Okay.
Talking about seed, not about banana and the tick.
Oh, that's sorry, we won't leave this class. Okay. Yeah.
The tick can also be propagated through the stem.
I'm not sure.
It can be. I've tried and it works for me.
Okay, stem cutting.
Yes.
For Milena.
Yes.
No,
I mean ticks.
Okay. That's it. Okay, your question, sir.
Sorry for dragging you back.
Sorry. No, I'm just joking. No. Oh, yeah, your question.
Concerning hybrid.
Please, one house, please.
I want to understand more concerning that hybrid. You said hybrid, seed you can plant when the fruits are ready, but you cannot replant again. And it's so convincing. At the same time, you said they can replant, but you might not have the quality of the fruit.
You are very correct, and I'm correct.
Yes, I want to understand that. That was one question.
Do you understand it now?
Yes, I understand.
You understand it? Correct. If you need further clarification, you can see me in camera.
What about hybrid purple? What about hybrid purple, sir?
Yes.
If we have hybrid purple seed,
Yes.
plants,
Yes.
harvested next year.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, 9 months later.
Yes.
Now, after that,
You will start the seed.
Yes.
Okay, and you go and plant.
Yes. If your illustration is correct, sir, what are we getting from it then? If it's not that,
let me tell you something.
I want to know.
Let me tell you something. When you sow the seed, you brought hybrid purple. You went to plant, and they do well. You got very good fruit. So you went to extract the seed of that fruit, and you go and replant. Do you know the first one you planted? They will give you 100% female. Do you know that? Have you done that? And you see that it's going to give you 100% female. Extract the seed. Go and plant. Come and tell me what you get. It's an assignment for you. You will come and tell me what you get. If you plant 100 of it, you cannot get more than, maybe you will be able to get 10% female. They will all come to male. And again, you don't know. That means the one that you are the one you initially planted is not pure hybrid. If it is pure hybrid and you extract the seed and you go and plant that seed, I bet you 95% will be male. That's what I've practiced. Class, please. Yes. Thank you. You know what? Madam, when I started, I said, let us share experience. And I talked to this place, and I said, how many of you have established nursery? Nobody raised up their hand. I talked to this place, how many of you have established nursery? And we were discussing, we are still on the same point. Madam, please. One Madam, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Wọ́n ní ibi tí ẹ̀ńtó lọ́mọ tó ti ń bá ọmọ ẹ̀ wí Thank you. So as we were discussing, madam, you want to listen very well, so that you tap from their wealth of experience. Don't worry. Ojú ọ̀run tẹ́yẹ ẹ fò. Ẹ má worry. You know what? Madam, one house. Anywhere I teach, anywhere I counsel, or anywhere I just enter to give advice, one thing I used to tell them, Cherry Ori, ó ti kọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ síbẹ̀. Me they ready àti gbé lọ sínú grave bẹ́ẹ̀. Let me release what I can release to you. It is only left for you to tap as much as you can tap from me. After this, when you go for your internship and you call me, I have this problem. Or when you are on your own, you are in your farm. Adeoye has invited me to his farm. And we were there and we discussed. So, madam, now, I will do you a favor. You know, as one house, I said something, I think the second day I was there. I said I passed through this place but once. Who remember that? Somebody said they want to know the adage. I'm not repeating it. What I want you to know, and what I will give you now, write it down. Some of you have my contact number. You know, that guy said he has oil palm seedling. Isn't it? Yes. If I'm looking for and I don't get, I call him. How much are you selling your own? I can buy at so rate. Can you sell it? We are in partnership. We are in business. So what I want to do for you, write my contact now. I know you will be so glad to have it. Okay, I'm not giving you today. Okay, 082 62 1999 32. Just as straight as that. You don't need to know my name. You are asking for my name and you are asking for my address. I'm putting this on my head and you are asking for my address. Which address? Which address do you need? 62, 1999, 32. You can remember offhand. Nobody wrote in 1999. So, yeah. Sorry, we have to move forward, yes.
Sorry, before you move forward.
Do better.
Sir, mo fẹ́ wá ní àbá from what you just are taking us through. You have a lot of experience and you don't want to take it for granted. And not very many farmers will have access to it. I think to be able to tap into your experience, even after your demands, is that people like you should please document what you've learned. You can write books for we, the coming generations, to benefit. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you said. Very soon, very, very soon, by this time next year, I should be off from service. So by then I will be able to sit down and write and document. Don't worry, I will do that. Yes, let's move ahead then. Okay.
Yeah. Let me branch to a certain point.
Please, one house, please.
It might look like a diversion. Still on plant. Polo and marijuana. Colorado and marijuana. Can we call polo hybrid? Why marijuana can be open for the next year? The reason why I have this question is that
hey, one house, please.
The reason why I ask this question, I think what happened now, and the marijuana is natural. So you can class that marijuana as open pollinated.
That's your question. Thank you. If I had here to come on, if I had here to come and arrest you now, because
I don't have any of it.
One, as to see me, I've never seen marijuana in my life.
Yeah, you can see that.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. In Nigeria, I've not seen marijuana where it is being grown fresh. I've never seen the farm. But when I was in Netherlands, we visited the plantation. Very big plantation. But we were told that that of Nigeria is another cultivar of marijuana. Now, what that you call Colorado. Some even said that I want you to know that it's not that I'm not experienced at all. Some people, when I was in the north, when I was serving in the north, some sniff gum. Some they sniff gum. And by the time they sniff gum, they talk to another person. So, if you say marijuana is open pollinated and Colorado is hybrid, what will you say about gum? Excuse me. Colorado is not a plant. Sorry, marijuana is a plant, which I'm very sure of. But Colorado is never a plant. It's like somebody sniffing cocaine. Cocaine is not a plant. It's an extract. I have extracted cocaine from tea. When I was in 100 level, that was 1985. Extraction of cocaine from Lipton tea. Lipton tea contains certain level of cocaine. Excuse me, please. Take it or leave it. Anything that is a stimulant, consists certain level of cocaine. So, do you understand what I'm saying now? Those that went to extract it from where you get it in large quantity are those people that export them.
Concerning the greenhouse.
Okay, greenhouse. Now you are talking.
I don't understand the greenhouse. Is it because the house was painted green?
Please. If I put it as a question now and I ask you to answer it, I know I will get conflicting answers. He has asked a very vital question. That was the first question I asked. when they say greenhouse, I said, do they build it with green materials? Is it with green roof? No. Greenhouse. If you have heard of protected cultivation, have you heard of protected cultivation before? No. Greenhouse is just an aspect of protected cultivation. Later, because if I should start on greenhouse, in the next 1 hour we'll still be talking about greenhouse. Because we have different types of greenhouse. The automated, you want to talk about the automated, and again, you did orientation in airport. Haven't you seen some greenhouse around? You have seen it. Excuse me. Excuse me. I intentionally insisted that you must go on orientation. I insisted that you should go on orientation so that you can familiarize yourself with those things that are within IOT. And I told you the first day I talked to you, all your senses, make use of them. Is that not what I said? Huh? So, I'm very sure within IOT we can have less than 20 different greenhouses. 20 for the less after a month. So, I will give you an assignment. You come tomorrow morning, very early. Yes. You come time. If you can be here by 8 a.m. And you can only for if today I will give you an assignment, those people that you are going to meet, they will take you around some greenhouses. And by the time you look through, you come and give me feedback, your experience. What have you seen there? What are you? Then you'll be able to affirm why do they call it greenhouse. Simply put, greenhouse is a place that is completely protected without any water inlet, and you grow your crops there. Greenhouse. Sorry. But later, that's just the simple logic. Yes, we are talking about type of nursery, isn't it? And I said nursery depends on whatever that is available to you, the type of crops you are planting, and what? I said another thing. Where you find yourself, you exactly water. Yes, that's the third one. Water. Now, I was there when she was teaching you about composition of nursery materials, nursery soil. I'm not here to teach you about nursery completely, because if I want to teach about nursery, I may spend 2 hours on nursery. We will not finish it. But just to give you an aspect of what you need to know about nursery. And I've told you, not all crops go through nursery, isn't it? And again, in cereals that we are taking you, it's only rice that go through nursery. And it is not compulsory that you take rice through nursery. Huh? You may decide, some do broadcast rice, isn't it? Some do spot planting for rice, while some transplant rice is possible. But because we are within NIHOT, and most of our products go through nursery, that is why I want you to have nursery experience. What you do when you want to establish a nursery, like I said, that when we were young, we believe that if you want to establish nursery, it must be closer to a stream. But these days, I said it must be water available. Anywhere water is available. If I get rooftop, if I get veranda, anywhere, you can establish your nursery there. But what is important is this. If you are establishing on a concrete place, you need containers. You need containers. There are different types of containers. You can improvise your own container. It's not compulsory that you should go to market and buy seed tray. There are some companies that manufacture seed trays, but it's not compulsory. In your homes, where you have open, broken buckets, broken materials, baskets, just ensure that when you pour water, the water will percolate and penetrate. It will not retain water. If it retains water, it will kill what you plant there. So those are just containers for nursery. And if you don't have container, you can prepare the ground yourself. Whether very close to your farm or within an area where you can easily reach 24/7. Why we call it nursery is a place where there is quick or adequate management in tendering your crops. That is why we call it nursery. It's just like you take a child, a 3-year-old or 2-year-old child to school. You say you go to nursery school. Isn't it? Why do they call it nursery? A place where we have very close attention to teacher, where they will be able to monitor everything in his life. That's why we call it nursery. The same thing as it applicable to man, so it is also applicable to plants. For adequate care, for proper care. That is the reason why we call it nursery. Take for example, I went to buy tomato seed, and they sold me 100 seeds, 5,000 naira. Do you know there is tomato like that? 100 seeds. They say you should pay 5,000 naira. So you will find it difficult to lose one single out of that seed. And that is why you must take it to a place where you do proper monitoring. How do I grow it so that I won't lose any of it? That is where we call nursery. Now, somebody was talking about cocoa peats. I know many of us doesn't know what is called cocoa peats. We call some materials soilless materials. Soilless, that is without soil. Among the soilless material is cocoa beans. If you want to grow in greenhouse, I come back to that again, or protected cultivation, you tend to use what they call cocoa beans. You can use it as nursery. You can use it to grow the crop throughout the period that you want to harvest it. Yes, it's possible. Cocoa peat, you can prepare it yourself. Cocoa peat, you can go and buy it somewhere. They sell it in the market. Cocoa peat can be imported. Aderibibe? Aderibibe? Should you want it? Aderibibe? So, can you move on? I know that some people are here that are highly experienced. They've been working with it. But for those of us that doesn't know what cocoa peat is, I will explain what they use to make cocoa peat. You know what? Cocoa is from coconut. Cocoa is from coconut. All of us have seen coconut before. Kò ń ṣe tinú ẹ̀fẹ̀ ń jẹ yẹn o. Nígbà kan àbá tí ìbò ara ṣe é rírí. Ẹ má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Not all of us are in the farm. So when you peel that back, when you peel the back and you go and grind it to a form of not powder, if it is powder, into like shavings, like sawdust. That is what we call cocoa peat. That one doesn't contain anything other than to hold your plant together. When you fill it in pots or you fill it in trays, it's just for it to hold your plants together. So whatever that you want that plant to obtain, you have to add it. If you fill it in pot, big pot, and you want it to grow your tomato, your pepper, your whatever, what you do is add organic manure, or you dissolve your fertilizer and use it to irrigate, so that can be absorbing it as long as you want it to grow. That is the function of cocoa peat. And when you want to use it for nursery, fill it into your tray or fill it into whatever container that you have gotten. And when you fill it, just plant your seeds. It has a lot of advantages. One is very airy. It's airy. Air can easily penetrate. And it doesn't retain water like your soil will retain too much water. No. And when you want to uproot and you want to go and transplant, you just remove. The cocoa peat will attach to the root. It will not be distorted at all. Your root will not cut, and the cocoa peat will not fall away. And when you move it to where you want to plant them, that cocoa peat will serve as manure. When it fully decomposes, when this is in nursery, it doesn't decompose. So, am I understood? Show you what? Good. But if you don't have access to cocoa peat to do your nursery, there are a lot you can still use. Gbogbo akọ́lá lè lọ import cocoa peat. Gbogbo akọ́lá lè lọ máa ra cocoa peat. Tẹ́ bá máa yẹ tán tà. Ẹ mọ̀ pé na money to buy cocoa peat. Àbíkẹ́ ṣé ẹ wá sáré lọ establish oko àgbọn torí pé ẹ need cocoa peat. But again, that tells you that if you have coconut plantation, nothing is wasted. That's it. So, if you don't have that, help me wake that woman up. That one does sleep good. Tó bá yá sí wà ní sáìdì nìkan ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n mò ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, ẹ̀yin ẹ ti múná lọ. Don't worry, body no be wood. Body no be wood. And tó ti tọ́jú ọmọ ṣe wàhálà láàárọ̀ tó ti sákìrì. So, yes. Jẹ́ kí n rìn díẹ̀. Torí ìkà tó wà bí, I just travel to here. And I'm not taking 1/4 of what I do. Okay. Give him the mic. When you remove the kernel, the remaining, grind it, or the cocoa peat. Yes.
So when we want to go and transplant that cocoa peat will not remove from the function of the root. But now if we do something like tí a bá ṣe tray tó ṣe pé tray la ṣe kí ṣé àwọn pé a jọ gbogbo síìtì yẹn together how to separate tí ó wà ní damage àwọn síìtì yẹn ṣé kò lè mí bẹ́ẹ̀ béèrè pé ṣé kúkú bí ṣé kò ní disadvantage.
Ẹ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yíyé mi ṣé tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ lo cocoa peat you go for specialized type of tray. Am I okay? Ṣé ẹ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lo pulpit láti raise sílẹ̀ yìí ẹ lọ ra tray gidi tán ṣe fún there is designed tray for pulpit. Òun ni kẹ́ ẹ lọ lò. Ẹ má kàn lọ ra pulpit kẹ́ ẹ lọ sínú container kan kẹ́ ẹ fi sí no. Tó bá yẹ pé plant lẹ fẹ́ gbìn ẹ lè dá sínú kéré kẹ́ ẹ fi plant yẹn sí. Ẹ ti mọ̀ pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti máa harvest ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ ti gbọ́?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, please, can you repeat the process of cooking the cocoa?
Cherry, gbogbo nǹkan lè yí fẹ́ mọ̀. Ṣé ẹ ti lóko àgbọn ni?
Sir, we have.
You have oko àgbọn.
And I usually burn it.
Cherry, what you do, ohun tẹ́ ẹ kàn lè ṣe is very simple. Excuse me. Whether fresh or dry coconut, tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ṣí ẹ̀yìn ẹ jẹ́ kó ẹ ṣọ́ pé kò sómi ń bẹ̀. Ẹ wá gbé lọ ebi ẹ̀rọ kan ti lè bá yín lọ tó yẹ pé á di lẹ́búlẹ́bú ó ti tán. Ẹ ti ní kókó pìtì nìyẹn. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tó ń produce ẹ̀ta ó ní special way tán fi ṣe o bọ̀ nǹkan tán ṣe ni mo sọ fún yín yẹn. Wọ́n bá ti pilẹ̀ wọ́n máa lo àwọn sterilizer. Ṣé o pé ó lè ti bàbá tó ní for the ground sterilizer for you to be able to use. Otherwise, buy cocoa and go and use fluorescer. This is how better. So it must be sterilized. They have done that already. Huh? Am I understood now? Good. Yes. Mo sọ pé tá a bá ní access sírú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ní kágbàdo tó dáyé. Good. A lè ṣe nursery tiwa. In NIHOT we have designed a method on how to prepare nursery soil. What we do, you go to virgin land. What do I call it? The man that taught you on site selection must take you to that place this week by the grace of God. We'll find time to that will take you. So, what you do is just gather topsoil from virgin land. Bring it. Take river sand. Bring it. Take manure. Bring it. Put them together. Even if you want to use 100 tons of it, just follow the ratio. 50% virgin land, 25% of gutter sand or river sand, 25% organic manure. You mix it and you sterilize. Use different means. There are different ways of sterilization. Whatever that is applicable to you, use it. I'm not teaching on nursery. Otherwise, we go ahead. Yes, we talked about assuming that you only have your nursery soil, you don't have those media to use. What do you use to ensure that that place can raise your seedling? For example, mo lọ sí Kaloma Idiya. Any people in Tiran? Yes, Idiya. Lọ́nà Ìrúwàlúwà. Now what I'm saying is this, assuming that my farm is there, and I cannot carry seedlings from here, and I want to raise my seedling there, what I will do, close to my farm, is to prepare my nursery, chill the place, make it loose. If I don't have good virgin soil, I can go and import virgin soil, pour it on the surface of the ground. Huh?
If I want to add sand. Now I want to sterilize. What do? I'll go and look for dry materials. Plenty. Put it on top. And then set it on fire. By the time it's finished, just touch the soil. It must be extremely hot. And if it is hot, those pathogens within it will have been what? Killed. So if they have been killed, then we go ahead to plant our seed. Don't plant the same day so that you don't burn your seeds. The second day, you go and sow it. You have added organic manure, you have added topsoil, you have added your river sand. It's good to go. Then, our old fathers, they will just do broadcasting, bam, bam, bam. They cover it and they go. Isn't it? We do not advocate for that. You just make trenches. You drill them out. Like maybe 1 meter apart like this. First row, second row, third row. So that you just sow them at your convenient length. Yeah? At the end of the day, you see your seedling. Imagine. Why do we sterilize? It's just to ensure that all the pathogens that are in the soil are not antagonists to the seeds that you are planting, because your seed went to mix them in the soil. And those pathogens will tell you, so as you are planting, they are attacking whatever you planted. And the moment they affect it in the nursery, if you take it to the field, then that disease continues to spread more. So, you want to ask a question? Yeah? Okay.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
My question is more or less like a challenge, but I'm not challenging this end now. You said if you want to sterilize the soil, sterilize it by eating.
Yeah.
And some scientists, they believe that too much of this heat kills some beneficial microbes in the soil.
Yeah, right.
So, sir, I'm so sorry for this question. Have you tried this heat method and some other method to then compare what you get from it? Because aside from that, because I don't use it. It's either you use, if you are a synthetic farmer, you go for chemicals like hydrogen peroxide, so concentrated one, or if you are an organic farmer, which means that we don't kill this thing, we protect them. So why don't you introduce like we soldiers you want? Let's say for instance now you want to combat the effect of a fungi in the soil now. Why don't you introduce beneficial microbes that have fungi? If it is bacteria now, why don't you introduce that one? That one will serve as the immunity. Have you tried?
Thank you. All those methods tried, but those ones that can easily be accessible to people and that will not cost you much money. If you go and buy hydrogen peroxide to sterilize soil, you know how much it's going to cost you. So, but the cheapest, the most available, and that we know, yes, that when you are, there is nothing that have advantage that doesn't have its own disadvantage. That you are using hydrogen peroxide will also affect some nutrients in the soil because of their reaction, right? If you burn, heat will also affect, especially those that are highly volatile chemicals will also escape. But mind you, what those plants needs in the nursery are still intact there and they enhance the growth. When you burn trashes to heat that place up, do you know that you are applying another chemical into the soil that is highly beneficial to it? So if you are killing some microbes, you are adding some organic materials. So you cannot eat your cake and have it. So you lose some, you gain some. But sincerely speaking, if you sterilize your soil, you kill a lot of pathogens that will be detrimental to your crop than what the nutrient that we escape from the soil. Am I okay? You can see me. Thank you.
For someone in the city that does not have access to the burning and all stuff like that,
yes,
he or she cannot use chemical and it cannot burn. But he wants to try.
But you can use other methods that
yes,
I have said.
That's what is it possible that you get a kind of plastic container, you put the soil, then you airtight it and place it inside the sun for a long time? Will it still be?
Okay. What he's talking about is solarization. How many of us have heard about solarization? Solarization method. Okay. What we call solarization is this. I want to use this soil as nursery. But I don't have means of sterilizing the soil. If it is dry season like this, what I do is to go and look for polythene sheets. Especially white up, black down. You just place it on the surface of the soil. So during the period, within 1 week, in the morning, this time around now, it will be heating up. In the evening, it's going to cool down. In the afternoon again, it's going to hot up. Cooling, heating, cooling, heating. We kill a lot of pathogens, and then we can use it straight ahead. That is what we call solarization, the use of solar energy. Oòrùn. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ dán ọ̀rọ̀ mi wò, ẹ lọ mú pure water kan. Ẹni bá ń lo mọ́tò, kó mú pure water yẹn, kó wá fi síwájú dashboard, kó wá gbé sóòrùn. Tó bá tó bí 3 or 4 hours, ṣáà já díẹ̀, tẹ́ bá ti já báyìí, làásàrà ẹ̀ wò. Tí ò bá ti kó fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́, sọ pé mi kọ́. You know what happens? The glass attracts the energy, and the energy penetrated into the water, and that energy cannot escape. So you keep on accumulating it. That is the truth. So that is the process of solarization. When you use that polythene, it heated up the soil, and at the end of the day, those pathogens under. The only thing is, that is why it is just good for nursery. That heat cannot penetrate so deep. But the root of your seed that you sow doesn't go deep into the soil before you transplant them. Am I okay? Yes. Let us talk about spacing in the nursery. What you call nípa boiling gbogbo wọ̀nyẹn. So, how do you determine spacing? Mo sọ̀rọ̀ nípa broadcasting. Some people will just broadcast, some will. And you only need to determine your row, inter-row, and the likes. These are just simple way of getting your nursery established.
Again, what are those tools? What are those materials that you use in whether establishing your nursery or even establishing your farm? Can we mention those tools? What are those materials that we need? For example, now we want to send you to the farm to go and work. What are those things that you think you need to carry out good planting? Yes? Here? What are those things that you need when you want to go and sow or plant in the farm? What are the equipment? Uncle? You need hoe or cutlass? One. Yes, auntie? Hey, nobody. Check by you, and check nobody. Ah! Oh. This is an aberration. Hey, nobody. Okay. An assignment for you. Tomorrow morning, when you come, just move around the institute. See some people that are working. Ask them what are those things that we use on the field. Eh? Yes? Ma? Hand thrower? Yes? Hoe? Cutlass? Eh? Human being. Obama does so cool. Obama Kole. Can't have a man, she said. Eh? No, Bob. Machines like tractor. I'm talking of tools. I'm not talking of mechanical process. Pen. Pen for marking out. Yes. Yes. Measuring tape. Yes. Safety hand gloves. Wheelbarrow. Rake. Wetting can. Yes, sir. The seed that you want to plant is not tools. Seed is not tools. They are planting materials. Yes, we have had garden fork, hand trowel, rake, bucket, bowls, shovel. All these are things, your overall. Yes. So these are things, these are some of the tools that are used in the farm. Different tools for different operations. Different tools for different work. You cannot say you want to go and establish farm now and you carry digger. What do you want to use digger for? Except if you want to go and do land preparation where you have to uproot trees. We use mattock. So many. So, please let us know all these tools. I can just ask you to tear a sheet of paper and give me 20 tools that you use in the farm. Farm tools. To be able to guide against Fulani herdsmen. Okay, so you should carry gun. Even if you are going to church now, you must be carrying gun. But sincerely speaking, all these little tools are very, very important in our farm activity. There are some things that you have not mentioned. If you want to harvest in the farm, what are those things that you need? Go to heaven.
farm tools in the harvester. Sorry, I think tamper the doing machine. Okay. So these are things. Different operations in the farm require different materials. Let me share you this. I think that was 1984. I was at the School of Agriculture. How many of you have been to School of Agriculture before? College of Agriculture? Anywhere? College of Agriculture? Yes. One of the major assignments. Any day you are going to the field, we go to field every morning. 7 a.m. you must be on the farm. When you are going, you go there with your jute bag. What are you going to use jute bag for? It's for harvesting. But you must go with your jute bag. You must go with your knife. You must go with your boot wear. You must go with your cutlass. About 7 items I was going that day. Unfortunately, I didn't wear my boots. I don't know that they want to grade us that day. We got there, they said, move, everybody move to this side. The moment they said that, I said, Motikosileni. But at the end of the day, I still have, I think I scored 80 before I get out of that place. Although I didn't finish, I didn't have my ND. I left for the university after my first year. So, what I'm saying in effect is that Agbeton Losoku to Babiada. So you must go to your field prepared. You know why I'm saying this? By the time we give you your own portion, you have your own plot, and you are planting your whatever you are planting, and we get there, I want to obey, you want to Jiminy, we will not tolerate that. You go with your, you keep yourself to the farm. Please. Yes. When I started, what did I say? If you had me, whatever they know that you will use, they will bring it for you. What is on herbicide? I was there when we were talking about herbicide, isn't it? I think let's go a little bit advanced. I'm coming. I want to, okay. If there's anything that I left out here. Now, let me listen to you if you have one or two things to say before I go ahead with this aspect. Can the time we saw, it's a nice of people. When is your break? Okay, this is 12:44. Okay.
Hello. Please. There is a test after this class. Please be prepared. Size selection.
Yes, I told you that before this week runs out, you are going for size selection. That will be decided immediately after this class. We'll do that. So. Yes, talked about planting method. Huh? Yes, I know when they were teaching you about spot planting, deepening, and the likes. Okay. Yes. Let's talk about this. Spacing on the field. We talked about nursery, isn't it? What spacing? What I want you to know, spacing in crop production. Make it a topic. Spacing in crop production. Different crops require different spacings. Why? Why should different crops have different spacings? Why don't we use the spacing used for rice? Why don't we use it for maize? Huh? I'm not talking to you. So let people that are. Oh yeah, anything one be. Otherwise, me and Nijaga Joko be next time. Yes. Now, how do you? Why is it that there are different spaces for different crops? Why is it that I want to attack ẹja ẹ̀sọ́ báyìí àwọn tó gbin ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ àwọn tó gbin kòkó àwọn tó gbin àgbàdo kí ló lè tó jẹ́ pé the same space náà lò ó nídìí tó fi jẹ́ pé wọn à gbọ́dọ̀ lo the same space kí nìdí ẹ̀ if you want to talk to me, raise up your hand. Please. Why is it that we don't use the same spaces for all the crops that we're doing? Just look at your back. We have mango, we have banana, we have pawpaw, we have soursop, we have so many. Why is it that we don't use the same spacing when we are planting them on the field? Yes, sir. Don't guess. Don't guess.
The size of the trees and the crops, they have different sizes and different from each other.
Good. That is just religion. We call it crop geometry. Yes. The canopy formation of different crops differs. Different crops have different branching methods, have different leaf blade or leaf size. All these accumulated together to let us know that when ìṣètà ṣe ń pa o a gbọ́dọ̀ pa ọ̀gbẹ̀rì bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé àwo yàtọ̀ sí ọ̀gbẹ̀rì bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ẹni tó gbin àgbàdo ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó gbin èrè àgbàdo máa ń lọ sókè ní èrè máa ń tàn kálẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ lo same spacing fún wọn torí wípé ọ̀nà ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lolúkúlùkù fi ń dàgbà ẹni tó gbin pọ́pọ̀ aga atẹ́wé rẹ̀rẹ̀ ewé ẹ̀fẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ọdún mélòó ló máa ń lò kó tó kú pọ́pọ̀ míì within 1 year ó ti kú so these are the reasons why you use different spaces for different crops. Yes, sir. Tani ò gbọ́ èrè rí? Èrè? Bóyá Yorùbá òkè ni mo sọ. Èrè is Yorùbá, ẹ̀wà. smaller crops. We talk of cowpea, we talk of maize, we talk of millet, guinea corn, sorghum, and the likes. You have different species for them. Do you know, even within the same variety of plants, the same variety, let's say for maize, we can use different species for different types of maize. Sweet corn, and grain maize. Depending on your environment, you can use different species for them. The same thing, different tomato variety. Some tomato variety, they grow tall, they don't branch. You can use different species for them. So, depending on what is available to you, and again, the fertility of your soil will also determine your spacing. Tó bá jẹ́ virgin land ló lọ open, tẹ́ ẹ bá ti gbìn close jù, wò yóò kàn dì mọ́ra wọn, ewé nìkan tẹ́ máa rí. Ṣùgbọ́n when you give a wider spacing, it allows them to receive adequate sunlight to produce fruit and seeds for you. So that's also another means of determining what spacing am I going to use. For example, you have different types of okra. Àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ewé wọn gbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ngbẹ̀ ni, àwọn kan ewé wọn kélébékélébé, àwọn tó bá ṣe ewé kélébékélébé, you can plant them at closer spacing. While those that have very big leaves can be planted at wider spacing. So, and there are different cultivars of okra too. Àwọn ilá wa àtijọ́, àwọn yẹn máa ń léwé tó máa ń fẹ̀ tó máa ń pẹ́ kó tó so. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ilá òde òní, you plant them very close. For example, when we were young, they said go and plant oil palm at 9 meters by 9 meters, isn't it? But now some do plant at 7 meters by 7 meters. Cocoa plantation then, they plant at 5 meters. Now you plant your cocoa at 3 meters. There are so many. So many. So, all those type of a thing, I think okay, this is also very important. Number of seeds per stand. Number of seeds per stand. You don't say you want to plant rice and just be dropping 1 grain per hole. Huh? Whereas in maize, you can decide to be dropping 1 seed per hole. Do you know that? When you are planting at a specific spacing, it may require you to drop just 1 seed per hole. When you widen the spacing, you can increase it to 2 seeds per hole, or maximum 3 seeds per hole. Even if you plant at 3 seeds per hole, they will ask you to thin. At least you remove 1. If you are planting at 30 centimeter by say 60 centimeter or 75 centimeter, that 30 centimeter is better you plant 1 seed per hole. Am I understood? The same thing with your maize. Do you know why you don't need to drop, or why you should drop more than 2 or 3 seeds per hole? Some condition may arise that you must not drop more than 2 seeds per hole. Some situation may arise that you say, no, with this seed, I can drop 5 per hole. What are the conditions? Questions?
Fertility of the soil.
He said, viability. If you go and carry out the viability test of your seed and you realize that there are about 70%. Instead of you planting 2 per hole, make sure you plant nothing less than 3. So that out of that 3, at least 1 will be bad. And if you know that it's about 50%, you go for nothing less than 5 per hole. So that at the end of the day, the required number per stand will still be gotten. But again, why would you not want to exceed? Then you wanted 2 per hole. Why should you? And you decide that, okay, I am even sure that the probability is okay. Why does you not exceed maybe 1 per hole or 2 per hole? No. Not overcrowding. That's not the answer that I want. Sir?
To contain wastage.
Partially correct. Partially correct. To contain wastage. Yes, any other? Partially correct. Competition, no. No. Okay. That's part of it. The major reason is when you value the cost of buying your seed will determine whether you can plant at 2 seeds or 3 seeds per hole. Like I told you that 100 seeds of tomatoes, 5,000 naira. Then you want to go and plant, and you want to plant 2 or 3 seeds per hole. That I will use this, sorry. So, the cost of your seeds counts a lot on the number or the quantity you drop per hole. The more expensive your seed is, the less you want to try to plant. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, talking about cost and viability, does the cost of a seed determine the viability of it?
No. No, sir.
Because if we are wrapping our discipline around cost, and we have a specific spacing that we need to determine, and now if we are wrapping if we are wrapping the discipline around cost, won't it affect the particular result we are looking at?
Thank you. We are going to sort the class. Báwọn bàbá wa ṣe ń da sí ìdílé ní dandawo. You just want to, you go and buy 1 kilo of ewedu. You prepare ilẹ̀ yẹn ojú quadrangle kékeré yìí lọ. And you put 1 kg o dẹ̀ fún gbogbo ẹ̀dá alẹ̀ síbí. That is just seed wastage. If you buy that 1 kg for 15,000 now, and you just put it here, mélòó lẹ fẹ́ harvest ẹ pa owó yẹn níbẹ̀. But just 1/10 of that is just enough for this place. When you plant at a specific spacing, then you maximize your harvest. The same thing. If you have quality seeds, you already know, you have carried out viability test, and you know they are 100% viable. All you need to do is, what is the cost of this seed? I must maximize my profit from it. Let me share this with you. One day, it's been a long time, I consulted for a man who knows habanero pepper. Habanero, rodo. Then I bought 50 gram for 5,000 naira. If I come to Nairobi, I want to buy 1 kg of rodo seed. I will buy it at 3,000 naira, 1 kg. But habanero pepper, 50 gram, then 5,000 naira. Let me ask a question for those that are on the field. How much do they sell 50 gram? I don't know, 50 gram. If you still see it, how much are they selling it now? Could be less than 200,000 now. Sachet. You know how much? You cannot buy that 50 gram less than 200,000 now. The last I heard of it is 150,000 naira. So, and if you take 50 gram of seed that cannot plant 1 hectare, cannot plant 1 acre of land, and then you decided, you raise the seedling, and you continue to waste it, my brother, you will run out of the farm. Wo ẹ̀jẹ̀ kí n sọ kíní kan fún yín. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lè fara ṣe, kẹ́ ẹ supervise yín dáadáa, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ò pé o. Àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ mọ́. If you cannot create your time, you cannot dedicate your time. O fẹ́ tulẹ̀ lásán, o gba àyàn sí. O fẹ́ wet, o gba àyàn sí. O fẹ́ transplant, o gba àyàn sí. O fẹ́ wá fo iye owó tó fi gbé mọ́tò lọ gbé padà. I tell you, you will run out of farm. So, you have to plan very well for you to make profit in the farm. So you dare not waste your seed. So, how do you do marking out on the field? You want to plant. We already have all the equipment. We have our measuring tape. We have our pegs. How do we mark out on the field?
First thing, sir.
Yes.
You take your baseline.
That's correct.
Then,
how do you take your baseline? Please explain well for some people that doesn't know. There are so many people. When you say baseline, I have the understanding. But 90% of the people here doesn't understand what you mean by baseline. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé baseline.
Baseline is simple. First thing first, calm down. This is farmland. This is the first easy farmland.
Sorry sir. Why do you carry out baseline?
Reason why, because if your marking out is not correct, you are having the actual seedlings. Then,
simple. That should take the baseline. Now, how does you take the baseline?
Okay. Ibi tí oko yẹn bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, tí a bá ti ṣọ́ wa tó ti mọ́ dáadáa, ibi tí ó ti bẹ̀ ikùn kìíní, kí mo gbàlè báyẹn, ikùn kìíní a máa lọ fi, just like àwọn bíríkìlà ṣe máa ń mú peg, a máa lọ gún níbi bẹ̀, then a máa mú tape wa as a line together. Line la máa kọ́kọ́ fà lọ́nà tó máa straight, lórí tá a bá mú tape kò ní straight. Tí line yẹn bá ti straight tán, a máa lọ target sí the edge line. Then a máa mú tape. Tape yẹn la máa fi máa mọ spacing meter ta fẹ́ lò. Tó bá jẹ́ 3 meter la fẹ́ tàbí 6 meter. Ibẹ̀ ni yẹn alẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ ló pè ní baseline.
Ṣé ti gbọ́?
Moreover, sir. Ìbéèrè mi ni pé ṣé sọ bí ọ̀la máa pè fún abára wọn.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé fún yín. Ṣé rí àwa tá a wà ní research, wọ́n máa ń pè wá lórúkọ kan, wọ́n ní fọ̀páwọ̀n. Ṣé gbọ́ rí? Fọ̀páwọ̀n. That is pé kò sí nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe, a gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ take measurement ni. But àwọn kan sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní téèyàn bá fẹ́ gbin 5 acres 10 acres 100 acres ṣé yóò máa fọ̀páwọ̀n náà ni. Excuse me, please. It is possible to do it, and do it very fast.
It is possible. 100 meters this way, 100 meters this way. Before you even go to the field, that spot on the line, you have marked it out. Right? As you move the tape, as you place it on this line, the person that will plant it is already there. As you shift, another person shift there. The person planting knows his job. Let me tell you, it has its own advantage over pacing. Pacing is good. I'm not saying it's not good. I know my pacing. I know the distance. You know your pacing. Somebody that is taller than me knows his pacing. But nevertheless, if you want accuracy, if you tell me you have this 1 hectare of land and you want to tell me the population that will be there, if you pace, I will tell you the population that you will have. But if you mark out, ṣùgbọ́n the advantage thereof is it will commensurate with the time spent. Simple. The only thing is tó bá jókòó tó jẹ́ pé kìkì ìtàkùn tẹ́ẹ̀ lè gbé kéèkù tẹ́ẹ̀ lè ṣe. You know, that is why they calibrate tractor. When you mount tractor, it is already calibrated. Pam, pam, pam. Ṣùgbọ́n you with that tractor can still plant hectares of land with your line. Kótó lọ bóyá that certificate lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ gbé ẹ ti kọ̀dà máàkì ibẹ̀ yẹn ẹ ti calibrate. Tán bá ti gbé báyìí ẹ ti fi gúnlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹni tó máa fi gúnlẹ̀ náà ti fi gúnlẹ̀. Before you know it, it's already planted. As you shift it, tó bá yẹ ẹni mẹ́rin péré ẹnìkan gbé tèpù bí ẹnìkan gbé tèpù náà ẹni méjì ń pè é ẹ̀wọ́n tó wà bí you have your seat wà á ti fi mẹ́ta òun náà ti fi mẹ́ta. It's very fast. Am I understood now?
Yes, sir.
I don't need that to pay some people go to law pay local. You don't need that. But mind you, when you are in school, you are being taught of certain survey technology. That is why they train you. So that wherever you go, you don't need surveyor. You have acquired certain knowledge that will help you in establishing your farm. I remember when we were in the School of Agric, farm survey. We did what we call farm survey and its ability to take measurement on the field. So, please, again, the reason why you plant at interval, it must be convenient for you to carry out all other cultural operations. If you plant too closely, ability to carry out cultural operations becomes so difficult. For example, let's use plantain for example. If I am supposed to plant at 3 meters by 3 meters, but I decided not to plant at 3 meters, and I said, let me use 2 meters by 3 meters. One, my weeding technique will be very low. Because the moment they form canopy, I don't need to weed again. But compete for sunlight. So you see them growing so tall. And the fruit produced will become so small. Because they have used most of their energy searching for the sun. So there are so many things that are embedded in different spaces. I think we need to go on break now. So maybe by the time you come back, there is another person that will take up, that will take you up. Shall we call it a day here now? Thank you. Thank you.
selection test. It's not for everybody. It's the science selection test for everybody. Science selection test, is it for everybody? Yes. I thought it's supposed to be a makeup test. Makeup test. Should we find out
It is usually carried out after 2 weeks of planting. When all plants have germinated, then you carry it out after 2 to 3 weeks of planting. Why can't we do thinning a week after planting? You cannot do thinning a week after planting. But let's say because the plants are not that strong enough. Because if we say we want to thin, in the process of you trying to, you don't want, the good ones will be what? Will be thin along. So if you damage the you want to live on the during thinning. Things that during 1, it should be 3 weeks after planting. The less vigorous plants are thinned out, while the healthy ones are left. But thinning when the soil is moist. Thinning should be done when the soil is moist. Do you know what moist is? Yes, still about 2. That is when you thin. You don't thin when the soil is dry. Do you get it? When the soil is moist, maybe after rain or after you irrigate your farm, that is when you start thinning. Number 2, usually the less vigorous plants, the plants that are not healthy, are thinned out, while the healthy ones are left in spots.
Number 4, recommended plants per hole to be left in spot. When you are thinning, some people will ask you, we should thin to 2 or thin to 3.
You want as a farmer, if you plant maize now, you can say, okay, people that give maize to plant, maybe when they are planting it, they are just pouring it like 5 when they start germinating, you are now seeing like 5 after the viability test have been carried out. You know, when carrying out viability, or you know a good source, knowing a good source where you get your viable seeds. It's also very advisable to plant viable seeds and to no seed or seed per hole needed for crops. Do you understand? Are we together? So that is
thinning. Nowadays, some planting machine.
You know, some planting machine, some implements are now being used, which can be set to the required seed per hole to regulate the numbers of seed required for different crops. We have a lot of machine and implements we use on the farm that easily, when you are seeing them to plant your, most especially when you're planting it, it will be dropping 2 seeds per hole. So after planting that, you will not need to call people to help you to do thinning. That means thinning is out of your farm activities. So far you use the implement that will drop the accurate seed on your farm. Why do we tin? Reasons for tinning. Number one, to avoid overpopulated plants on a particular area of land. We tin to depopulate our farm so that when we are planting, you will not have excess plants on your farm. Like now, if you want to plant on 1 acre of maize, some people will say they will do 6 kg. Some people will say they will do 10 kg, depending on the spacing you want to use on your farm. So when your farm is overcrowded, you know, a lot of things will affect your farm. Competitions with everything needed for the plants to do well. Number two, to reduce competition for nutrient and water. Competition. They will be competing with nutrient and water. Number three, to increase the yield and production of plants. To increase the yield and production of plants. And production of plants. So does anybody have any reason why we tin, apart from the ones listed here? Salutary reason for tinning. Why do we tin? Farmers. Are farmers not here? Reasons why? Okay, sir. For better yield, sir. At the back. To reduce competition for what? So I'm asking for, maybe you have another one. More soil nutrients.
Reduce the risk of pest and disease.
To do what? Risk of pest, exactly. When they are too much, you will not know the one that is harboring pest and disease. So you have to tend to desired amount of plant you need. So, supply of seeds and seedlings. Supply of seeds and seedlings. Supply is the filling of the vacant area. You know, we talk about tinning. Now we are talking about supply. When you plant, you know, there are some people that plant, after planting, when they start germinating, you will see that some didn't come out. Maybe they didn't make it. So you need to do what? You need to resupply. You need to resupply those that didn't make it. So please, I want to ask, what's the difference between tinning and pruning? Tinning and pruning. Of the what? No, not the leaves. Branches that you don't want to tin, no, you just prune. That is pruning. They may ask you, differentiate between tinning, yes? Differentiate between tinning and pruning. Supply is the filling of vacant area of the soil where the plants are missing as a result of seed not germinating or death of seedlings. Those of us that plant tomato, pepper, and other vegetables like that, we normally do supply. Supply is done after transplanting. When you transplant and you notice that this one didn't come up, this one didn't come up, you have to do what? You have to supply. You can even, they normally use the word, maybe you resupply. You supplied before, then you resupply when you know that this particular spot, the plant you put there didn't make it. maybe because of shock or any other thing, you have to supply. This operation is usually carried out after germination. After germination has taken place, in good time to ensure uniform growth. In good time to ensure uniform growth. Not that one plant has already reached knee level and you are just saying that let me resupply. When you are applying fertilizer or any treatment to the plant that has reached your knee level, you cannot apply that same treatment to the plant you just resupply. So at their tender age, when you are, some people when they are transplanting, maybe they are pepper or they are tomato, some people don't even put one, they put 2 or 3, should in case, so that it will know what. You will not even say you want to supply again. You have done it. Anyone that survived, you are good to go. Do you understand? So, things to consider during supplying. There are things to consider during supplying. If supplying is delayed for too long, that's number one. If supplying is delayed for too long, plants may become of unequal ages. And this will affect the performance of farm management practices and harvesting. It will affect harvesting. If you don't supply at the particular time you need to supply, it will affect many things. It will affect many things. Number 2, supply should be done on the exact spot where the farmer plant failed to grow because of localized infestation may be present at the particular spot. At that particular place, you should what? You should put your plant. The plant you are transplanting has spacing that you use. You cannot just say you want to move it closer to the other one or shift it like this. Because most especially those that are using drip irrigation, you cannot say because you want to resupply your plant and you shift it away from where the water is dripping. It is not ideal. Number 3, if seedlings are used for supply, it should be done either in the early hour of the morning or evening, 4 to 5 p.m. to prevent shock or death of plants. If you want to resupply, you should not do it during the sunny time to avoid shock. You do it in the evening. You do resupply in the evening. I put 4 to 5 because that's the time when I'm transplanting. That's the time I use in transplanting, 4 to 5. I don't do it in the sun. It's either you go to your farm very early, plant whatever you want to plant, 6, 7, 8, you are gone. But you go to farm, so you want to transplant by 11, 12, 1, 2. You are putting your plant at risk. Number 4, the measure of uniformity among plants is proportional to the immediate supply after germination takes place. After the germination takes place, you have to plant when those ones that didn't die have not even developed more than the ones you are bringing in, so that whatever thing you want to give them, whatever treatment you want to give them will be uniform. Supplying is a very tedious job on the farm. It is labor and time consuming. Therefore, advisable to try as much as possible not to allow the need for supply. But there's no how. I have not seen anybody or any farm that say, okay, after planting your tomato or your pepper or whatever thing you are transplanting on the farm, that you are not going to supply again. In one way or the other, you have to supply. You have to supply. Maybe when you are transplanting it from the nursery to the field, the roots may be damaged. You may cut the roots, and maybe the way you handle it. So you must what? You must supply, but you should just reduce it to minimal level. Hence, it is highly too essential to carry out seed viability tests so as to determine the correct seed and seed rates. How can we identify vigorous and unhealthy seedlings? Vigorous and unhealthy seedlings. You said? Appearance. And you know there are a lot of things that you will see. I do tell people that your plant, they do speak. If you're a good farmer, you know what they are saying, you know what they are telling you. When they need fertilizer, they will tell you. When they need water, they will tell you. When they are overcrowded, you will know. Do you understand? So how do we identify? You said by their appearance. You know, there are some that you will see their leaves, their shoot, their stem, you will know. Number one, vigorous seedlings have uniform and healthy growth, while unhealthy seedlings have stunted growth. They may ask you in your test or your exam that you should identify or differentiate between them. They have uniform growth and they are healthy. You should know the color of your leaves. When they change color, you should know that this one, something has happened to it. While the unhealthy seedlings have stunted growth, they will not be developing. Others will have grown up, but they will still be at that stage where you transplanted them. They will not be developing. But vigorous seedlings have strong stem, while unhealthy seedlings have thin stems. There's a fertilizer they used to apply to tomato. After applying it, the stem will be very strong to carry the fruit that will be bringing out of it. So there are some that are thin stems. They are unhealthy. You should know. And when you want to see this thin stem, you should just leave. You can leave your plant untinned. Don't tin it. You will see how their stem will look like. They will not be big, and they will not be strong. Number 3, vigorous seedlings have healthy leaves, while unhealthy seedlings have pale green or curled leaves. Peeled leaves, they will not be green, they will be light green. That's why I say you should know the color of the plant you are planting. When they change color, you should know that they are unhealthy, and you should know what to apply to them just to. Fertilizer application. Okay, we talked about thinning, one of the management practices on the farm. We talked about, do we ask you in your test or exam? We talked about what again? Supply. And this one too is fertilizer application. Fertilizer can be in chemical form or natural, which is added to the soil to increase or improve soil fertility. To improve soil fertility. We all use fertilizer. Some of us use fertilizer on our farm, be it inorganic or organic. We use it on our farm, and we have reasons for using those fertilizers on the farm. We have reasons for using them, and all of those fertilizers, they have their different ways of improving the soil, and the reason why we use them. Different types of fertilizer. We have organic fertilizer and inorganic fertilizer. You know, agric does not is not a static activity. There may be other fertilizers that, if you say you have foliar fertilizer, it can be organic or inorganic. I've seen people that dilute urea in the water and they apply it. It's still foliar. It might be either one. We have organic fertilizer and inorganic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer are naturally made from manure. Example, compost and livestock dung. It could be in liquid or solid form. It could be in liquid or solid form. Inorganic fertilizer are chemically manufactured. It can be either straight or mixed. Inorganic fertilizer, number 2, right? Organic fertilizer are naturally made from manure. Example, compost and livestock dung. You know, I didn't put poultry dung because a lot of dungs are being used now. Some people use cows, some people use pigs, some people use a lot of dungs. It depends on what you want to get from your farm. It could be in liquid form or solid form. And whenever
human dung cannot be used in the farm. Sir, okay, we use poultry dungs, we use cow dungs, we use rabbit dungs, we use nearly every dungs. Now, why? No. Now, please, sir, why is it that human dung is not useful? Why is it that human, at least we can dry it?
Okay.
At least most probably in the village, they do pass pieces in the green.
Do you know why? Human dung is very, very high in nutrients. But because of irritation, people don't want to use it. If you have a place, maybe if you are living at the back of hostel where they used to, still understand, where they used to deposit, try and plant something there. But no one will say, I want to go to the pit and pick and carry the human dung to take it to the farm. How will you feel? It will be irritating you. But if you go to a place where they normally defecate, try when the thing is dry, try to cultivate the place and see how your plants will be. But when you take the plants, the produce to the market, will you tell them that you use human dung to?
Sir, so are you saying we can use it?
I have not used it before, but I've planted here, not for commercial purpose. I just plant a little bit. But I didn't plant basically because of when I was serving in Anambra. There was a place where we plant where we plant maize. Do you understand? We coppers, we don't have toilets. So we normally do short and the rest. Our maize did well. But I'm not saying that you should use it. Because if you say you want to use it now, and some other people see you in the market with your produce, they may not patronize you. But I'm just telling you practically. Okay. Pass the mic to you.
Thank you. What I want to ask is this. These issues of this manure about rabbits, because someone
I can hear you.
Rabbits, both urine and dung. I want to ask, because someone contacted me about 2-3 months ago that I should come for one project, but we are two. The person initially told me that
you are 2 people in this thing, and the other one give explanations of this rabbit thing. I didn't have to explain. I thought maybe that's the reason they didn't I want to ask you, the rabbit urine people are using for this
there are some people who are using urine for manure. You know about
compost compost comprises of many manure all together. So maybe they've tested maybe they've tested rabbit urine and they saw one essential nutrient that the plants need that they wanted to add for the compost to be very fit for the plants. Maybe that's why they are using the urine now to add it. Well, I've heard of it, but they can't use it directly. Have they been using it directly? They can't use it, they mix it. They mix it, they can't use it directly. Brother. Okay. Yes.
Okay, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ní Yorùbá tó ní Yorùbá wa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ ní Yorùbá tó ní Yorùbá wa. Wọ́n ní kòkòrò kan, a máa ń pè ní environmental politics. So ó máa ń kọ́ sí ẹ̀sìn kan tó máa ń pè ní avoiding politics or amibiasis. So ó máa ń develop nínú èyí látara àkọ́tà bá jẹ náà nítorí pé omnivorous ni èèyàn. So táwa ja ìgbẹ́ possibility wà pé nínú ìgbẹ́ yẹn a máa ja ẹyin ẹ̀ mọ́. Tẹ́lẹ̀ fi ìgbẹ́ yẹn tẹ́ bá fi ṣe fertilizer fún ìgbọ́ tẹ́ bá gbé directly tẹ́ bá anybody wá fi lè consume nǹkan yẹn ẹ máa gbé ní ìgbọ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ fi sí ẹ máa gbé.
Okay, well, let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. You are a farmer, have you found it?
No.
Yes, right? Okay, let me sọ ní Yorùbá. Tí ìgbẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ ìgbẹ́ oko, kò lè máa yàgbẹ́ sí.
So, why the English and microbial? I don't know. I think dispute the fact that what you're saying is wrong. But I'm just telling you that naturally, when you're on the farm and you want to defecate, you just bend down somewhere, maybe beside your plantain or maybe beside your yam. You do it there and cover it. Who knows in the market that what you are bringing is microbial? But you are right too. But we've been eating a lot of it. Who else?
Majorly, you have a whole lot of catfish on the spot. And the one on spot. They go for one because Tabaya better than the pool.
Even your own gun, it irritates you. Not to talk of going and be packing everybody's definition. Are we good? No question from here? Okay. Please, hello sir. The mic.
Yes, sir.
Hello, one house, please.
You talk about feeding and supply. Now, like you have said, we talk that when we plant and there is some places to supply, based on the spacing that we have used, that we planted. So at times, it's not that the seed is not okay. It might be some factors in the soil that affected, maybe termite at times, it might be termite might just finish it off. Now you said you must plant back on that spot. So what are you going to do?
For those that use, I said drip irrigation. If you check, talking about transplanting. After transplanting, you cannot see termite and lay your irrigation pipe for the plant. you are transplanting, if you dig with your cutlass, the nature of the soil there, you will see it. I didn't say you should plant.
You see termite house and you plant, you must, it's a must. No. As a farmer, I'm just talking about your normal soil. Go to where soil is very rich, too rich dada, and you plant. So you have to be supplied there. But if you have anything, you put your cutlass, the one there, you have to change the place. You have to change the place. Okay.
If I have 10,000, or let's say, if I have 5,000 CDs of oil palm.
Okay.
And I want to talk about the timing.
Okay.
I'm on a farm to plant. Let's assume I get to the farm by 7 o'clock in the morning. And if the hour that is right for me to plant, according to your illustration, if the hour is earlier, are you telling me that I should stop by 8 or no?
Okay.
And come back before.
Okay.
What about the rest?
Okay, wait. What have I been mentioning when I was talking about transplanting?
You are telling us that
I'm mentioning tomato, pepper, right? Vegetables, oil palm. You can plant even so far it is rainy season. Continue planting. That oil palm is very hard. It's not tender like those tomato and other vegetables. Do you understand? So that's why I'm just giving you the time frame for planting vegetables, not all those ones.
Like you already said, you check your soil before you do the farm, before you plant. And then during that process, before planting soil, there are activities you carry out on your soil. When you are seeing termites, that means it can't be on the spot. That means you've not done what you want to do on the farm for you to see after termites. That's why we have replanting activities before you even plant at all. So when you are supplying, it does not affect. It should be majorly a seed concern, not even of the soil at all. So you just replant the seed and you have it back.
Thank you. Do you understand, sir? Okay. So organic fertilizer are naturally made from manure, compost, livestock stones. Then number 2, inorganic fertilizer are chemically manufactured. It can be either straight or mixed fertilizer. Straight fertilizer contains only one of the 3 nutrients. Only one of the 3 nutrients. And mixed fertilizer contains 2 or more nutrients. 2 or more nutrients. Example of straight fertilizer, they are the urea. How many nutrients does urea have? Right? Madam said urea. Kilowatt in urea. Autumn. Only nitrogen. That is what? Straight fertilizer. We have ammonium sulfate. We have ammonium nitrate. Those are nitrogen fertilizer. Straight fertilizer, not mixed. They are direct. Although many of our fertilizers now, many of them. Well, they say they have residual effects on human health. So maybe that's why they are banning. When you want to go and buy some material like muriate of potash now or SSP, they will be telling you that you should put it in another bag or something like that before taking it out of the market. And about so phosphate fertilizer, we have single superphosphate. Available phosphorus is 18 to 22. When you check other places, you can see 16, you can see 20. This is P2, capital letter P, then 2, then O, then 5. Oxygen, then 5. You put 5 below. not beside it. Do you understand? Number, okay. Nitrogen fertilizer. The amount of nitrogen fertilizer. If you're a chemistry student, you should know Kini formula. Ammonium nitrate is what? So it has nitrate, that's nitrogen fertilizer. Yes, sir. Okay, that's so. No, we are still going to mixed fertilizer that you know. NPK is mixed fertilizer. The normal NPK is mixed, comprises of 2 or more. So you know, NPK, what is N? The N there is nitrogen. The P is there is what? So and the K there is what? Potassium. We are still going there. So number 2, we have triple superphosphate and we have rock phosphate. I still have some minutes now. Like just 1 minute. It's not 3. 3 or 2.
We have up to 2 minutes.
Okay, do you know what? Let me stop here, and if you have any question. So if you waste time on your question, that means you are the one that's wasting your time. Any question? You must ask question.
Good night, God.